This creamy chicken Alfredo pasta is so rich, cheesy, and irresistible. Once you see how easy it is, you'll want to make it tonight. Chicken Alfredo pasta is one of the most loved creamy dinner dishes in the United States, and over the years it has become a favorite comfort meal in many other countries around the world as well. It is rich, silky, cheesy, flavorful, and incredibly satisfying, which is exactly why so many people order it in restaurants and try to recreate it at home. The beauty of chicken Alfredo pasta is that it feels luxurious and restaurant style, yet it is made from simple ingredients that come together in a very comforting and delicious way. It is the kind of dish that instantly makes a dinner table feel special. Whether it is made for a family dinner, a weekend treat, a cozy evening, or even a dinner party, chicken Alfredo pasta always gives a warm, creamy, and unforgettable experience. In the USA, chicken Alfredo is especially popular because it combines everything people love in one plate: tender chicken, soft pasta, creamy white sauce, buttery garlic flavor, and melted Parmesan cheese. It is one of those meals that feels both elegant and comforting at the same time. That is why it is often seen in Italian-American restaurants, casual family kitchens, food blogs, and dinner menus across the country. But its popularity does not stop in America. It is also loved in Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, the Middle East, and many parts of Asia because creamy pasta dishes have universal appeal. People around the world enjoy meals that feel rich, filling, and comforting, and chicken Alfredo pasta does all of that beautifully. One of the biggest reasons this recipe is so successful, especially for YouTube food content, is because it looks amazing on camera. The sizzling chicken, the melted butter, the chopped garlic, the pouring cream, the sizzling chicken, the melted butter, the chopped garlic, the pouring cream, the thick cheesy sauce, and the glossy pasta all create a mouth-watering visual experience. It is one of those recipes that naturally keeps viewers watching because every step looks satisfying. It is creamy, smooth, and visually luxurious, which makes it ideal for audience retention. When viewers see a rich white sauce coating every strand of pasta, they immediately want to know how it is made. Now let's make this delicious recipe properly from start to finish, with all the ingredients in order and every step explained clearly so it feels easy, professional, and perfect for your audience. First, for the chicken, you will need 2 boneless chicken breasts cut into strips or bite-sized pieces. Then take 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon paprika. These seasonings will give the chicken a savory, slightly smoky, and delicious flavor. You will also need 2 tablespoons olive oil and 1 tablespoon butter for cooking the chicken in the pan. Next, for the pasta, take 300 to 350 grams fettuccine pasta. Fettuccine is the classic pasta used in Alfredo because it holds the creamy sauce beautifully and gives the dish its authentic restaurant-style appearance. If fettuccine is not available, you can use penne, spaghetti, or linguine, but fettuccine gives the best texture and presentation. You will also need a large pot of water and 1 teaspoon salt for boiling the pasta. Now for the Alfredo sauce, which is the soul of this dish, prepare 2 tablespoons butter, 4 cloves garlic finely chopped, 2 cups heavy cream, 1 cup milk, 1½ cups freshly grated Parmesan cheese, ½ teaspoon salt, ½ teaspoon black pepper, and ½ teaspoon Italian seasoning if available. For garnish and extra beauty, keep fresh chopped parsley and a little more Parmesan cheese ready for the final serving. The first step is to cook the pasta. Fill a large pot with water and bring it to a boil. Once the water is bubbling properly, add the salt and then add the fettuccine pasta. Stir it gently so the strands do not stick together. Let the pasta cook according to the package instructions until it becomes soft but still slightly firm. This texture is important because Alfredo sauce clings better to pasta that still has a little bite. Once the pasta is cooked, drain it and set it aside. It is a good idea to save about ½ cup of the pasta water because it can be used later if the sauce becomes too thick. Now move to the chicken. Place the chicken pieces in a bowl and season them with salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. Mix everything thoroughly so every piece is evenly coated. This simple seasoning makes a huge difference because chicken Alfredo should never taste bland. The chicken must have its own flavor so it balances perfectly with the creamy sauce. Once seasoned, let the chicken sit for a few minutes while the pan heats. Take a large frying pan and place it over medium heat. Add olive oil and butter. Once the butter melts and the pan becomes hot, add the chicken pieces in a single layer. Let them cook for a few minutes without moving them too much so they can develop a beautiful golden color. Then turn them over and cook the other side until the chicken is fully done from inside. The chicken should look juicy, tender, and lightly golden from outside. This is exactly what makes the final dish feel premium and satisfying. Once the chicken is cooked, remove it from the pan and keep it aside. Now comes the most exciting part of the recipe, the Alfredo sauce. Do not wash the pan because all the little flavorful bits left from the chicken add even more taste to the sauce. In the same pan, add butter and let it melt gently. Then add the chopped garlic and stir it for about 20 to 30 seconds. The aroma of garlic butter at this point is one of the most delicious parts of the whole cooking process. It instantly creates that rich restaurant-style smell that makes people hungry even before the dish is finished. Be careful not to burn the garlic, because burnt garlic can make the sauce taste bitter. After the garlic becomes fragrant, slowly pour in the heavy cream and milk. Stir gently and let the mixture warm up over medium-low heat. Do not rush this part. Alfredo sauce becomes smooth and silky when cooked with patience. Once the cream and milk are warmed, add the salt, black pepper, and Italian seasoning. Stir again so the flavors blend nicely into the creamy base. Now begin adding the grated Parmesan cheese little by little while stirring continuously. This step is where the sauce transforms from simple cream into a rich, cheesy Alfredo masterpiece. As the cheese melts, the sauce becomes thicker, smoother, and more luxurious. Keep stirring until the cheese is fully melted and the sauce becomes glossy and creamy. If the sauce feels too thick, add a little of the reserved pasta water. If it feels too thin, simply let it cook for another minute or two until it thickens. The perfect Alfredo sauce should coat the spoon beautifully and feel velvety. Once the sauce is ready, add the cooked pasta directly into the pan. Toss it gently so every strand of fettuccine gets fully coated in the creamy garlic Parmesan sauce. This is one of the most visually satisfying moments of the recipe, especially for video content. The way the white creamy sauce wraps around the pasta creates a very rich and elegant look that viewers love. After that, add the cooked chicken back into the pan and mix everything together carefully. Let it cook for another 1 to 2 minutes on low heat so all the flavors blend perfectly. At this stage, your chicken Alfredo pasta is almost complete. Turn off the heat and transfer it to a serving plate or bowl. Garnish it with fresh chopped parsley for color and freshness. Then sprinkle extra Parmesan cheese on top for a more indulgent finish. If you want, you can also add a light touch of black pepper over the top for a more restaurant-style presentation. When served hot, the dish looks creamy, luxurious, and incredibly appetizing. The reason chicken Alfredo pasta is so admired is because it offers both comfort and elegance at the same time. It is rich without being too complicated, cheesy without being too heavy, and creamy without feeling boring. Every bite gives soft pasta, juicy chicken, buttery garlic flavor, and cheesy sauce all together in a way that feels deeply satisfying. It is the kind of dinner that makes people feel happy, full, and impressed all at once. In the USA, this dish is especially loved because it suits many different situations. It can be made as a family dinner after a long day, served at gatherings, enjoyed as a weekend comfort meal, or even plated beautifully for date night. It is one of those rare recipes that feels casual and luxurious at the same time. That is exactly why it remains one of the top creamy pasta choices in American homes and restaurants. Around the world, chicken Alfredo pasta is also becoming more and more popular because people love recipes that are easy to enjoy and hard to forget. It has a universal flavor profile, creamy, cheesy, savory, and rich, which makes it appealing to a wide range of people. In many countries, it is now considered a modern comfort dish because it combines classic pasta with rich creamy flavor in a way that feels special but still familiar. Whether someone is a pasta lover, a chicken lover, or a cheese lover, this recipe gives them everything they want in one bowl. For YouTube, this recipe is a powerful content idea because it naturally creates high retention. It has sizzling sounds, creamy visuals, melted cheese moments, and beautiful final plating. These are exactly the kinds of elements that keep food audiences interested. A viewer watching a creamy pasta recipe often stays longer because they want to see the final texture of the sauce, the coating of the pasta, and the plating at the end. That makes chicken Alfredo pasta not only a delicious dinner recipe, but also a very strong video concept. Another reason this recipe works so well is that it is loved by almost every age group. Children enjoy the creamy and cheesy taste, teenagers love pasta dishes, and adults appreciate the rich and satisfying feel of the meal. It is also a very safe recipe for family audiences because it is flavorful without being too spicy or too unusual. That makes it one of the best choices for cooking channels that want broad audience appeal. Chicken Alfredo pasta also has that special quality of making home cooking feel premium. Even if someone is not an expert cook, this recipe allows them to create something that looks and tastes impressive. That emotional reward is a big reason why people search for it so often online. It gives confidence, comfort, and restaurant-style satisfaction all in one recipe. If you want to make this dish even more exciting, some people also add mushrooms, broccoli, spinach, or chili flakes. But the classic version remains the most loved because of its pure creamy richness. The original combination of chicken, pasta, garlic, cream, butter, and Parmesan is already so strong that it really needs much else. Chicken Alfredo pasta is more than just a dinner recipe. It is a warm, rich, comforting food experience that feels special every single time. It is elegant enough to impress guests, simple enough for a weeknight meal, and delicious enough to become a repeat favorite in any home. Its creamy texture, cheesy depth, buttery aroma, and satisfying flavor make it one of the best dinner recipes you can make for both real-life and YouTube content. Once someone tries a properly made homemade chicken Alfredo pasta, it is very easy to understand why this dish is so loved in America and around the world. If you enjoyed this creamy chicken Alfredo pasta recipe, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon for more delicious homemade recipes. And tell me in the comments, would you try this for dinner tonight, or would you add your own twist to it?